Okay, welcome back. This is going to be the last build series of this particular Cyberpunk future world thing, so it's going to be kind of long. Right now, I'm just gluing the two buildings together. It's making its own box, but there's, you got to glue them all together and then hope it's straight, and then go to the back and put the lights in sequence in there. So let's get to that there. We're going to show it right here. Okay, so then I've extended it out and I put some tape on there initially to hold it in place, and then I just go back with some super glue and glue it back on. This takes two separate light fixtures. They're two different colors, so I got that one set in there, and then move it around, make sure it's in there, tape it on there, and then I go back with the super glue, so that the tape doesn't really do much. It just holds it in place there. And then we're going to be doing a light test here to make sure everything works in sequence, and make sure that I didn't break anything while I was placing it on there. There's me gluing it all in there, and eventually I take off the tape. But we're going to go and test the lights here, and the lights work. Okay, good. Now we're going to go to the back side and put in the I guess the purple lights or the pink lights, I believe. So that takes a little bit more manipulation here. Should be kind of snaking it in there and bending it in there, see if it goes in there. That goes that way, that goes that way. Yep, it's a little process here that you got to keep going. So, yep. And then I'm just gonna test the lights again. I'm just taping it on there again too, just because it's just easier than messing up and then having to take it all off, because I don't think super glue comes off. I'm not sure, but yeah, there it is right there. We're gonna test the lights real quick, and we're gonna see what happens. And I think there's gonna be light. I hope there's gonna be light. Let's see. Yep, that's the other ones. Okay, let's go to the other side and test these lights, because you think, yep, there it is right there. Okay, we're just gonna start getting into the building of the actual kit here, just because making those little things, they're tedious, and they're just repetitive stuff. I don't think anybody wants to see that, so it's just easier just to see the placement of everything. So I'm just trying to get this air conditioning unit on without it falling off. So that other piece there, that was a desk or whatever, it just fit in there. I didn't glue it on there. It just fit with like it's like it just tightly fit in there. So I didn't do anything else. I'm just gluing that thing on there. I guess it's a sign, and then it gets a air conditioning unit next to it. So, just putting stuff together. I have to cut stuff out too, but I just didn't bother showing that part because that part's kind of boring. You've seen stuff being made over and over again, so there's no need to really see all that. I'm just like, now they're all made, I just gotta place them where they're supposed to be, glue it on there if I can. I'm just using different glue. This one I think I'm just gonna use regular glue. See if it'll fit in there perfectly. A lot of times I just switch over to super glue, because it's instant gratification. You just sit there and put the glue on there, and then about 5-6 seconds later, it's all on there. It won't go away. So there's that sign there. And then we're gonna be making the little door for that whole thing gets covered up on the left hand side there. So I'm not really sure why you had to make it all that way. It's kind of annoying. So that thing there's a door, you still got to cut it out, so you got to mark it out. They tell you the dimensions and stuff, and I'm all like, why didn't they just cut it to the dimension it's supposed to be? But you got to cut it yourself, which is kind of annoying, because I don't even know if I'm doing it right. I'm just like measuring it and like going off of the measuring markers that they have, and I cut it out and everything, and it comes out fine. But it's it fits in there, just like you super glue it, but then you just end up covering up whatever you just did. So it's like, well, what was the point of gluing that piece in the back for if you're just going to cover it up in the front? So there's a lot of that in this build, that you just sit there and go, you're just going to cover it up. So why does it like take so long to make? I don't know. Anyways, so that's on there, and then it gets a couple of signs put on the door itself. So I'm just making sure that's on there, and then it doesn't come off, because the super glue is not really holding that well. I think paper doesn't really go so well with super glue. Not sure. There it is right there. There's that super glue there, and then hope it doesn't come off this time, because this can be the last time I'll be messing with that. I'm just left there, and now we got these little signs here. I lost one of the signs. I don't know where it went. It fell on the ground somewhere, and I couldn't find it, so it's just not going to be available. That sign right there, I don't know where it went. It's in the ground somewhere. I don't know. So that's not going to get one. I was cutting it out off camera, and then I dropped it. I don't know where it is. So, anyways, we're just going to keep going. We're just going to, like super glue all this stuff in there. These wires are like, I'm like, what is the point of these wires? I'm not really sure, but they're not easy to put on. You have to like hook it underneath the actual sign. And so the only way I could do it was to hold it with some super glue and stick it on there. Now I'm going to be putting this building into the model itself. So now I have to, cut it all off and stuff and make sure it fits. But I'm basically just going to super glue it on there. And, it should work out if everything's straight and lined up. I just cut off those little pieces that I didn't need, apparently. So I'm just going to, you got to leave a little gap there, I think, just so like the wires can go through. And so I do that. It tells you to put that one wire through there. So then I do this whole thing, and it looks like a building, and it's great and everything. But then in front of that, I put the other building in front of it. So it's like, what was the point of like making this whole thing? It's like you might as well just made one side. It didn't really need to be like all that. Now I'm gonna wire the lights on the bottom here, just because that's what that was all about. That's why you left that many out. So I'm just kind of squishing it in there and pushing it all in, and it seems to work out pretty well. So, but a lot of this build is just like, it's kind of, I don't know, I just not really too fond of this particular manufacturer, because you got to make a lot of things that don't make any sense, and it just doesn't really give you any good like instruction. It just says do it, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. How did you get from that to this? So anyways, I'm just trying to shove these lights in the little holes that they have in there, and just tape it on there and call it good. I'm about done with this thing, because I'm getting like a little frustrated with it all. So anyways, I'm just gonna tape it on there, call it good. We're gonna move on, because nobody wants us to watch this thing going over and over again. Anyways, there's the one building. That's great. Okay, good. And then you take here's this other piece, right? So then I take this guy and I sandwich it together, like, and so like making that whole thing and was like, why didn't you just make it all at once? It didn't really make any sense. Like you have these two buildings, and then you glue them together. And it makes two buildings, but it doesn't glue together like perfectly, because I was not able to make it like nice and easy, and all that stuff in there. It was just all like separate, steps that I just didn't want to put on here, because it was kind of boring. But the lights are in there. The backside is sandwiching some sort of light. I had to clamp it on there because it's not straight, and we'll come back. It should be ready to go after this. So, and then we'll just show it being put in. So then now we got to put it into the other wall, So you got to snake that through there, and then there's another set of wires that go on the other side. So those get snaked in the other way, and then you pull it all from the bottom, and then you glue it all together, and it turns out to be the next side. You're like, okay, this is that doesn't really, I don't know, like the other model I had was like a lot easier. It's kind of a snap together. This one you gotta glue together. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't really go together that easily, and so I'm struggling a little bit. I just put a bead of glue down and just went for it. I didn't bother, making it. Like, I just was like, I think it's gonna work. I don't know. It's never gonna come off now, so that's good. So, and then I got this piece here that's supposed to, it's like it kind of ties everything in. But I forgot to put the roof on one of the buildings, so it's not fitting correctly. So I'm like going, what am I doing wrong? How do I make it work? So I'm looking back and forth through the plans. It's like, how do I guide this in here so that it'll fit? I'm just fuddling around, and I don't know even what this is. It's like a walkway or something. But it's kind of annoying. And then I go, oh, I have to get that piece on top. I'm like, oh, I missed that part. So I go back, glue that on there. And then I go, okay, now it fits, right? Kind of, sort of. So it's not really straight. It's not lining up. So I just end up just gluing it just to see if it'll stay in there. And it should work at that point. I don't know. I'm just like, okay, it works at that angle. at this thing. It's basically another support to make sure that the building doesn't come apart. So there it is right there. Then you gotta like attach this light to the bottom side of it. So I turned it upside down because it's easier to deal with, and I used two types of glue, super glue and regular glue. It's just to hide the wires. And I was like, how am I gonna keep this on here? So I got some clamps. So I'm just gonna, well, these are like clothespins. So I'm just gonna put some clothespins on there and put some glue in between, and hope it all stays together, because I think I added way too much glue at one point, but I couldn't do anything about it because now it's there. So anyways, I took it out somehow, but anyways, we're gonna move on. Okay, now this part sucks. So the other parts had a balcony with the railing already, but you have to make this railing. It's like, why do I gotta make this railing for this particular thing? Why didn't it come made? The ones on the bottom came made. I don't know why these didn't come made. So now I'm just trying to figure out how it even goes together. I'm just like, okay, let's just like evenly space it out somehow, and I think it'll work as long as it matches like the other side. It should be fine. So now I get the super glues on there, and see if it'll even stay on there. And it's a struggle, but it was like, why like make these rails? The other rails are already made. I have to make these rails. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it should have, I gotta zoom in here now to make sure they're even and stuff, and just go back and forth. I mean, it's like those stairs that we had to make in paper. It's like, what's the point of these things? It's like, why don't you just have it made? Just snap it together. This one, it's like you gotta glue each individual one on there. The other one came all made. It should just come all made each time. It's just like kind of annoying. I really don't like these railings, and it's like it doesn't really add a lot to the aesthetics to the model either. So I'm just like, okay, well, I spent like close to like 9 hours trying to put these together, and I got condensed it down to like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But man, these aren't fun either. And then I have to make two of them, and they keep coming apart. And the super glue sometimes holds, but sometimes it doesn't. So you have to go back and put more super glue on. And then I gotta attach it to the balcony that's in there, and it doesn't fit right. So I'm just like, dude, what is up with this? I got two left over. I'm not even gonna put those on there because I don't even know. It's just that's fine right there. I got two more, but I got two extras somewhere, but I never bothered to put it back on because I was like, well, these are at least even, so I guess it's good, So, but it's supposed to have one more on the end, but I didn't bother because I just didn't care. Anyways, you're gonna see it on there. There it is right there. They're all put together. They're glued. Now I gotta glue this on here, and so that one fell off. So I gotta put it back on, and somehow glue this on here. So it's supposed to fit somehow. I got like this really thin glue, and now I just put dabs of super glue on the end there, and just gently placed it where it's kind of supposed to be. I don't even know what this is. It's like a balcony on top of a balcony. I don't know. It's just to add depth, I guess. So I just put that on there and walked away. Yeah, because that's not really that pretty, but it gives it dimension, I guess. Who knows? I'm not really sure. I just keep going and going. So we'll see. Okay, since we're up here, we're gonna put this little thing on there. I guess it gets a roof, so that's to let you know that there's a speed camera somewhere. I don't know. I don't even know why that's there. The road is way down there, so I don't know. But anyways, now I gotta put these things on here. These aren't that fun either. I wish we could have just put these on prior to having all that on there. And this stop sign is a pain in the butt. I finally get it on the right way, and luckily, like, the super glue set, so it's kind of semi-straight. So then now I got to put these railings in the front, and I'm trying to figure out how to place them without like dropping them and stuff. So I'm doing my best. We'll see what happens. In the end, it comes out fine, but I mean, like, it was kind of a struggle. I just was like, okay, that's on there. There's no glue on there, so I'm just gonna like dab it on with this like thin glue. So anyways, you'll see the result. Yeah. It's all good there. Now I'm going to put signs on the actual like walkway, crossway, whatever this thing is. I think it's just used to make sure that the top end doesn't come off. So now I have like some brush on super glue. So we're going to put the little sign there. And then we're going to put another sign, if I can remember where it's supposed to be. And, all these signs are there. I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't know. It just was like, okay, I don't really understand. So there's another dab there, and that dries out before I can get the sign on there. So I just dropped the sign, and then getting him out of there is like more of a pain. So we'll just keep watching that. There it is. There's the sign. Let's see if I can like gently put that on gently. Oh, see, I dropped it. I dropped it. Yeah. Yes. Now how am I gonna get that? How? I don't know. I oh, maybe no. Oh, I just whacked the camera. Okay, got it. I think so. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, this is that's just one of them. I cut out a lot of it because I kept dropping it. So now we're just gonna put it on there, semi straight, like because well now it's not gonna move because the super glue just set. So anyways, we're gonna move it in a little closer to the bottom side. See, that balcony, the legs were all attached. So I don't know why the other ones I had to make. It didn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyways, there goes a dab of super glue. We're gonna put like some kind of street sign on there. I don't even know what it is, but it says to put it on there. So I'm gonna just put it on there. There it is, right there, the big X. Yeah. So that one's a little easier to put on. Kinda. If the tweezers were let go of the sand, it would grab it, but now it's not gonna. So I'm gonna use this little piece here and push it on there, and then that way I don't even know if it's straight, but it's on there, and now it's not gonna come off. I don't even know what this sign means. I don't even know if that's the right way, but anyways, it's on there. And then we got one more. I think there's gonna be one more that goes on there. If I get to it, not really sure if I'm getting to it or not. But yeah, these signs, they look cool, but they're kind of a pain in the butt because like, why was I not able to put this on like prior to putting up the wall? Because it's a lot easier to put these on if there wasn't like the wall there, but for some reason they want you to put it on after you make this whole thing. So we're just following the rules. So we're just gonna slowly come in here, and I don't even know why that sign says laundry room, but it does. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know where the laundry room is, but anyways, and then like there's like this sign that says Area 51. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna put it on there. It covers up the mistake from behind, so it's kind of cool. Now this is getting to the end here. We're just gonna put the plastic on the side, so like it has a wall, and you just switch it together, and then you glue this plastic piece on there. This one's the front side or the top side. It gets this like blue thing on there, and then we get the lights on there. We're gonna call it good here in a second because they get these wires. It's like wiring in all this stuff it's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, like this one took forever just to get it on there. The super glue just wasn't setting correctly. I don't know what kind of super glue I had, but it wasn't a quick setting super glue, so I had to sit there for a while and making sure that it stayed on there. I'm not sure if it works on this film or something. It's just something weird. It just didn't dry off, so I couldn't get it to stay. It's weird. I don't know. Anyways, there. That's about the. Yeah, it's like, okay, now we're gonna put on the side. It's made out of paper, so I gotta brush it on there. So I just put a crap load of glue on there, and then I went back with a brush and I just brushed it all in. I don't even know if this is the right way to do it, but it was a way to keep it on there. But it was like, why is the point? I don't understand. Like, it's all paper. Like why doesn't this not have like print on there? It's like, how cheap is this freaking model? It's like freaking like it just looks cheap if you just have to like cut stuff out from paper and put it on there. It just doesn't make any sense. So like I'm just like blending it so it's like one layer of glue. And yeah, there it is right there. Okay, good. Yeah, all right. There we go. Let's get the side piece on there. When you glue it on there, the glue stays on there, but it dries different like times. So it got all wrinkly after a while because it's obviously water based. So it's gonna make it's gonna soak through the paper, and it's gonna make it a little wrinkly. Which it's like, okay, well then like why didn't they just come made? And I had to put those on there. And it looks like it doesn't look that great. I had to go over it. You have to cut those out too, so that's never fun, especially with an X-Acto knife. I'm just like pressing it on there and hoping that it stays on there. I guess it's supposed to fold in, I guess. So I'm just going over it with some kind of something circular so I don't rip the paper, and then pushing it up to the edge, and then going to the side. I think what you're supposed to do is supposed to let it dry like that and then fold it over, but I got impatient, so I just folded it over immediately, which I regretted because, yeah, see, it's all that, and then I do the other side. And so now that side gets this thing here. You have to glue all that other stuff on here, and you got to cut all that out too. It's just like, like what is the, I didn't understand. I thought this was like, when I looked at the piece, I thought it was all like one side, but this is all paper, so I'm not really liking this mod at all. So I wouldn't really recommend getting this one. But anyways, I'm just gonna, you guys gotta try and finish it. So there it is again. I'm just gonna even out the glue, just evening out the glue. It's just, just put it on there. It's not gonna come off because that's a lot of glue, but it just soaks through the paper, and then you get like, see all those weird bumps you got going on there. So now I don't know how to get rid of those, and so I'm just like, going, okay, whatever. I hope it comes out in the end. And yeah, and let's slap that that piece on there because it's almost at the end of the video anyways. So it's a long video. It's like 20 minutes already. Wow. Okay. All right, there it is. That's great. Now put that piece on there because we're getting tired of watching this thing. So then you put it on there, and I think you're supposed to make sure that like those pieces like stick onto the plastic as well. But it's like, I don't know how to do that. I think you're supposed to use like some kind of spray glue or something, but I don't have spray glue, so it's just gonna stay there like that, and it just kind of looks weird. But I don't even know what that thing's supposed to signify. It's just like, so it's the color changer, but it was like, why not just have it on the piece itself? It doesn't make any sense that I gotta cut these out. I had to cut these out individually, and it's not fun. There's no, I mean, obviously I'm not very good at arts and crafts, so it looks like it doesn't look right. See how the paper's all wrinkling because it's like soaking through? And I don't know how to keep that straight. It's like, now I'm just going to fold it over because like, well, like might as well. I've already like got this far. And that's the backside there anyway. So yeah, I might as well fold that guy over too. And then I'm like, oh, I got paper. And then I got to, that's the backside. So it gets like a bead of glue, and I'm just going to glue it on there and call it good because, and then there's wires in the way, so I gotta take the wire out. And so yeah, you can't really see much here. I guess it's not very good camera work here, but well, it's almost at the end here, so it'd be fine. All right, there it is right there. Okay, I'm just like, okay, I hope it all stays together. Then the roof gets put on, and yeah, and then there's wiring that you gotta do. So then I'm just like, okay, I don't know what that. I'm just trying to make sure that stays on there. They're just gonna go. There's the wiring. All that wiring you gotta solder it all together. I don't want to show you my really bad soldering technique, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. So you'll see it. It all gets stuffed underneath the inside anyway. So we got the end result here coming up. Here it is right here. This is the end result. It's okay. It's all lit up. It looks cool, but like, I don't know. I mean, it's not really something that I enjoyed making. It was like really annoying and tedious, and I don't know. Anyways, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Bye.